friends, fire is a very useful thing, but only if it is kept under control. A fire starts when a fuel such as wood or petrol comes into contact with air and a source of heat such as a burning matchstick. It is useful to us in more than 1,000,000 ways, but when it goes out of control, it can cause huge losses of life and property. So, we must understand the different ways in which fire starts and learn ways to fight different types of fire. Let us see an article about the fire through the chapter Fire, Friend and Foe. Fire is the result of a chemical reaction. When oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen, the reaction takes place. 3 things are needed to make fire. They are fuel, oxygen and heat. The most common fuels are wood, coal, cooking gas and petrol. The particular temperature at which the fuel begins to burn is called the flashpoint or kindling temperature of the fuel. Fire is a good servant but a very cruel master. It is useful as long as it is under control. We use some form of fire to cook food, to warm our homes and to produce electricity. But uncontrolled fire burns homes and forests and also kills people. We can put out the fire in 3 ways. Firstly, by taking the fuel away. Secondly, by stopping the supply of oxygen, and thirdly, by removing the heat or bringing down the temperature. Water spray cannot put out the oil fire. In fact, it can prove very dangerous. Water can carry burning oil with it and thus spread fire. Likewise, water should not be used to fight electric fire because it may cause electric shock. Today there are firefighting squads in every town. Firemen are highly trained persons. The discovery of fire led to a settled life. Fire is still worshipped in many parts of the world. Okay friends, this was all about the short summary of the chapter Fire, Friend and Foe. Now let's look at the important key points. In this chapter, the important key points are 3 things are needed to make fire. They are fuel, oxygen and heat. Fire is the result of a chemical reaction and the most common fuel are wood, coal, cooking gas and petroleum. The particular temperature at which the fuel begins to burn is called the flash point. Fire is a good servant but a very cruel master. And we use fire to cook food, keep ourselves warm and produce electricity, etc. And also friends, uncontrollable fire burns our home and forest and also kills people. We can put out the fire in 3 ways, like if we take the fuel away, no burning can take place. And the second is, the way of putting out a fire is to stop the supply of oxygen. And finally the third way is to remove the heat or bring down the temperature. Water spray cannot put out the oil fire. Water should not be used to fight electric fire, but it may cause electric shock. Firemen are highly trained persons and fire is still worshipped in many parts of the world. So this was all about the important key points of this chapter. Now let's move on to the question answer section. Short questions. Question number 1. What are some common uses of fire? Answer. The common uses of fire are to cook food, warm our homes in winter. Besides, many industrial processes make use of fire for various types of activities in production of goods and services. In thermal plants, fire from coal is used to generate electricity. Question number 2. What are the 3 things required to make fire? Answer. The 3 things required to make fire are fuel, oxygen and heat. Question number 3. What is called the flash point of the fuel? Answer. The particular temperature at which a fuel begins to burn is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. Question number 4. What is a fire brigade? Answer. Band of firefighting workers with special equipment is known as fire brigade. Fifth question. What do you understand by the flash point of a fuel? Answer is, every fuel like paper, coal or wood begins to burn only at a particular temperature. This temperature is provided generally with a lighted match. This temperature is called the flash point of kindling temperature of the fuel. Sixth question. What are some common uses of fire, and in what sense it is a bad master? Answer. The common uses of fire are to cook food in the kitchen, warm our homes in winter. Besides, many industrial processes make use of fire for various types of activities in production of goods and services. In thermal plants, fire from coal is used to generate electricity. If fire gets out of control, it can be dangerous. It burns homes, shops and vast areas of forest. It also kills and injures hundreds of people every year. Question number 4. What are the 3 main ways in which a fire can be controlled or put out? Answer. The 3 main ways in which a fire can be controlled or put out are by preventing oxygen from reaching it. No supply of oxygen means no fire. This can be done by throwing a damp blanket or spraying foam of dry carbon dioxide, and by removing the inflammable material near the fire like gas, oil, wood, plastic, etc. By lowering the temperature below flash point of the burning material using water, etc. Question number 8. Match the items in box A with those in box B. Answer is, to burn paper or a piece of wood, we heat it before it catches fire. Small fire can be put out with a damp blanket. When water is spread on fire, it absorbs the heat from the burning material and lowers the temperature. A carbon dioxide extinguisher is the best thing to put out an electrical fire. Space left between buildings reduce the risk of fire. Question number 9. Mark the correct answer in each of the following. Answer. Early man was frightened of fire. Answer for the second question is, fire is the result of a chemical reaction. Question number 10. From the boxes given below, choose the one with correct order of the following sentences. Answer. The correct order is D, B, C and A. Oxygen combines with carbon and hydrogen. A chemical reaction takes place. Third one, energy in the form of heat and light is released. And finally the fourth one is, that is fire. Okay friends, let's wind up today's session. I hope all of you understood this lesson very clearly. I will meet you again in next video with another important chapter for you. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day. Bye.